The sterile hum of the hospital monitor pierced the silence like a relentless accusation, marking each fading heartbeat of Elias Hawthorne. In the dim glow of the overhead light, his wrinkled hands clutched the thin bedsheet, eyes wide with the terror of a man who had outlived everyone he ever loved. "Doctor," he whispered, voice cracking like dry autumn leaves, "please, stay. Pretend you're my son. Just for tonight." Dr. Samuel Reyes paused at the door, his white coat still crisp from the long shift, but his shoulders sagged under the weight of another patient's plea. He had seen death's shadow countless times in his 10 years at Mercy General, but something in Elias's eyes' raw, desperate vulnerability rooted him in place. Samuel glanced at the clock. It was past midnight, his wife waiting at home with a cold dinner, yet he pulled up a chair. "All right, Mr. Hawthorne, tell me, what would your son say right now?" Elias's lips trembled into a faint smile, the first in days, as memories flooded back like a dam breaking. He was born in the dusty fields of rural Kansas in 1942, the only child of farmers who taught him the value of hard work and quiet endurance. Life had been simple then: mornings milking cows, afternoons in one-room schoolhouses, evenings under starlit skies dreaming of bigger worlds. But war came knocking in 1965, drafting him to Vietnam, where the jungle's green hell stripped away his innocence. He returned with scars invisible and visible, a purple heart pinned to his chest, but a heart shattered by the friends left behind in muddy graves. Marriage to Clara followed, a whirlwind romance in '68 that bloomed into 3 children, 2 daughters and a son, Michael. Clara's laugh could light up the darkest room, her hands gentle as she mended clothes or hearts. They built a life in Chicago, Elias working as a mechanic, fixing engines while trying to repair his own soul from the war's echoes. The kids grew. Sarah became a teacher, full of idealism, Emily a nurse, compassionate to a fault, and Michael, the youngest, a dreamer who chased stars as an astronomer. But life, cruel in its twists, began unraveling. Clara's cancer diagnosis in '95 hit like a freight train, her body wasting away despite endless treatments. Elias held her hand through chemo, whispering promises of forever, but forever ended too soon. She slipped away on a rainy Tuesday, leaving him with 3 teenagers and a void that no amount of grease-stained work could fill. The children coped in their ways. Sarah married young, moving to California for a fresh start. Emily buried herself in her career, traveling for humanitarian aid. Michael, though, stayed close at first, bonding with his father over late-night stargazing on the rooftop. "Dad, the universe is infinite," Michael would say, eyes sparkling. "We're all connected by the same light." Those words became Elias's anchor. Yet, as years passed, distances grew. Sarah's calls dwindled to holidays. Emily's postcards from afar spoke of adventures, but not returns. Michael, pursuing a PhD, moved to Arizona for clearer skies, his visits rare. Elias retired alone in the old house, surrounded by echoes of laughter long gone. Neighbors waved, but no one stayed. Loneliness crept in like fog, thickening with each birthday card arriving late or not at all. Now, at 83, prostate cancer had claimed its victory, spreading unchecked after he ignored the early signs, too stubborn to burden anyone. The doctor had given him hours, maybe a day. No family notified. Elias insisted. What was the point of dragging them back for pity? Samuel listened, nodding as Elias wove his tale, the pretend son role slipping into genuine empathy. "I remember the day Michael was born," Elias continued, voice gaining strength. Tiny fists, big dreams already in those eyes. He was going to change the world, or at least map the stars. As the night deepened, Samuel shared snippets of his own Lithia Dominican immigrant, first in his family to wear a stethoscope, married to his high school sweetheart, no kids yet, but hopes high. Elias chuckled weakly. "Sounds like you got it all figured out, son." The word son hung heavy, blurring lines between pretense and reality. Outside, rain pattered against the window, mirroring the tears Elias fought back. He spoke of regrets, words unsaid to Clara, the Vietnam nightmares he never shared with the kids, the way pride kept him from begging them to visit. "I thought being strong meant standing alone," he murmured. "But look at me now, alone in the end." Samuel squeezed his hand. "You're not alone tonight." And in that moment, The doctor's presence became a lifeline, pulling Elias from the abyss. The conversation flowed into childhood stories, Elias recounting how he built treehouses for the kids, taught them to ride bikes, bandaged scraped knees. Michael's first telescope, a Christmas gift that sparked wonder. He saw comets before he saw the pain in my eyes, Elias said softly. Dawn crept in, painting the room in soft grays. Elias's breaths grew shallower, but his spirit ignited by the shared vigil. Samuel, exhausted yet moved, realized this was medicine beyond pills, human connection in the face of mortality. Elias's eyes fluttered, the morphine dulling the pain but sharpening memories like a double-edged blade. Tell me about your dreams, son, he urged Samuel, his voice a fragile thread. The doctor, now fully immersed in the role, leaned forward. Well, Dad, I always wanted to heal people, make a difference like you did fixing those old cars, bringing life back to what seemed broken. Elias nodded, a spark of pride in his dimming gaze. He delved deeper into Michael's story, the son who mirrored his curiosity but fled from his shadows. Michael had excelled in school, scholarships paving his way to university. But the move to Arizona in 2005 coincided with Elias's first health scare, a mild heart attack he downplayed. Didn't want to worry him, Elias confessed. Told him I was fine, go chase those stars. Letters and calls kept them tethered at first. Michael shared discoveries, mapping constellations, publishing papers on exoplanets. Dad, there's life out there, he'd say excitedly. Elias would reply with mundane updates, garden yields, neighborhood gossip hiding the growing isolation. Then, the rift widened. Michael's marriage to a fellow astronomer, their busy lives filled with conferences and grants. A grandson born in 2012, little Alex, whom Elias met only once during a rushed visit. Photos arrived sporadically, each one a dagger of what-ifs. I should have gone to him, Elias whispered, regret etching lines deeper into his face. Samuel interjected gently, families drift, but love doesn't fade. What would Michael say if he were here? Elias pondered, then smiled faintly. He'd say, Dad, let's look at the stars one last time. As morning light filtered through blinds, a nurse entered. Maria, a kind-faced woman in her 50s with a soft accent. She checked vitals, her touch efficient yet tender. Mr. Hawthorne, how are we feeling? Elias eyed her name tag, something stirring. Maria, that's my mother's name. From the old country? Maria paused, surprise flickering. Yes, sir. My family came from Italy, like many. Elias's mind raced back to his parents' stories, immigrants fleeing poverty, building anew. A connection, however tenuous, warmed him. The day wore on, Elias recounting war horrors he rarely voiced, the ambush in Da Nang, losing his best friend to a mine. Samuel listened, the pretend son absorbing the pain. I came home changed, Elias said. Clara understood, but the kids. I shielded them too much. Twist arrived unexpectedly with Maria's return. Carrying a tray, she overheard Elias mention Michael. Astronomer in Arizona? Dr. Reyes, isn't that like the patient from last year? Samuel's brow furrowed. No, but Maria persisted. Wait, I think I know him. My nephew works at the observatory, their small world. Elias's heart skipped. Your nephew? Does he know a Michael Hawthorne? Maria pulled out her phone, scrolling contacts. Let me check. Minutes later, confirmation. Her nephew, a technician, collaborated with Michael on projects. He's mentioned a Michael, brilliant guy, family man. Emotion surged. Elias, tears streaming, grasped Maria's hand. Please, call him. Tell him his old man's asking for him. Maria hesitated, hospital policy, but Samuel nodded. Do it. For humanity's sake. The call connected, Maria relaying the message. Michael's voice crackled through speakerphone. Shock, then sorrow. Dad? I'm coming. Hold on. But Arizona was hours away by plane. Time was Elias's enemy. This twist, Maria's unwitting link, shifted everything. No longer just pretense, a real bridge formed. Elias's face lit with hope, the loneliness cracking like ice under sun. Samuel stayed, sharing lunch from the cafeteria, talking of his own father's sacrifices. He worked 3 jobs so I could study. I get it, Dad, the quiet strength. Elias beamed, the role play deepening bonds. Afternoon brought fatigue, Elias dozing fitfully, dreams of Clara dancing in meadows, children laughing. Waking, he urged Samuel. Promise me, when I'm gone, live fully. Don't let work steal your family. Maria returned with updates. Michael booked the first flight, arriving by evening. He's frantic, she said. Elias sighed relief, but weakness gripped him. Monitors beeped erratically. As sunset painted the room orange, Elias reflected on life's ironies, how a stranger's kindness unveiled connections hidden in plain sight. Thank you, son, he told Samuel. And Maria, you're an angel. The evening deepened, tension building as Michael's arrival loomed. Would he make it? Elias clung to hope, his final hours laced with unexpected grace. The room grew heavier with anticipation, each tick of the clock a reminder of time's merciless march. Elias's breaths came in labored rasps, his body betraying the spirit that still burned fiercely within. I can feel it coming, he murmured to Samuel, but now there's light at the end. Samuel adjusted the 4, his medical detachment long dissolved into paternal concern. He had texted his wife, explaining the night vigil extending into day. She understood, sending love. Dad, Michael's on his way. Hang in there. The word dad felt natural now, a testament to the human heart's capacity for instant kinship. Maria hovered nearby, her shift ended but unwilling to leave. She shared her own story, widowed young, raising 2 kids alone, finding solace in nursing. People like you, Mr. Hawthorne, remind me why I do this to ease the lonely paths. Elias squeezed her hand weakly. You've given me more than medicine today. Memories resurfaced in waves. Elias spoke of Sarah's wedding, how he walked her down the aisle with pride masking the ache of Clara's absence. Emily's deployments to disaster zones, her letters full of purpose but void of personal warmth. I raised them to be independent, he said ruefully, and they flew far. Then, the deeper regrets, the arguments with Michael over career choices, Elias pushing for stability while Michael chased passions. I wanted him safe, not soaring into unknowns. Samuel nodded. But soaring made him who he is, like you in the war, facing fears. A sudden cough racked Elias, blood flecking his lips. Alarms blared. Samuel sprang into action, administering oxygen, stabilizing. Stay with me, Dad. Panic edged his voice, the pretense forgotten in genuine fear. Maria prayed softly in Italian, a soothing melody. Recovery came slowly, Elias whispering thanks. Close call, but I need to say it all before. He delved into Vietnam's ghosts, the village raids, moral ambiguities that haunted nights. I killed to survive, but lost parts of my soul. Samuel listened without judgment, sharing how his uncle perished in similar conflicts. Bonds strengthened, vulnerability breeding empathy. Twist deepened with an unexpected visitor, Dr. Lena Thompson, Samuel's colleague, entering for rounds. Overhearing, she revealed, Hawthorne? I treated an Emily Hawthorne years ago, aid worker, broken leg in Haiti. Elias bolted upright. My daughter? How is she? Lena confirmed. Emily, now leading a nonprofit, had spoken fondly of her father during recovery. She said you taught her compassion. Elias wept openly. Why didn't she call? Lena shrugged. Life gets busy, but love lingers. This revelation another thread connecting the isolated man-infused hope. Maria coordinated. Calls to Sarah and Emily, urgent messages relayed. Responses flooded. Shock, promises to come. Sarah from California. Dad, I'm booking a flight. Emily from abroad. On my way. Hold on. Family, scattered like stars, converging at last. Elias's eyes shone. All because of you strangers. My new family. Samuel smiled through tears. We're all family in the end. Night fell, Michael's plane delayed by storms. Tension mounted, Elias weakened, visions of Clara beckoning. She's waiting, he said dreamily. Samuel held vigil, recounting hopeful tales to anchor him. Maria sang lullabies from her childhood, evoking peace. Lena checked in, offering expertise and comfort. As midnight neared, Elias reflected on humanity's core, forgiveness, connection. I forgive them for drifting, forgive myself for holding back. Profound peace settled, kitchen-tick with impending farewell. Headlights flashed outside Michael. Hearts raced. Thunder rumbled distant, mirroring the storm within Elias's chest as he clung to consciousness. Is that him? He gasped, eyes straining toward the door. Samuel peered out, Hope flickering, but it was only an ambulance, another soul in crisis. Disappointment stung, but Elias rallied. Tell me more about your life, son. Keep me here. Samuel obliged, describing his wedding day, the joy of vows exchanged under blooming cherry trees. She makes me better, Dad, like Clara did for you. Elias nodded, reminiscing about his honeymoon modest cabin by the lake, where love bloomed unchecked. We danced to radio static, dreamed of forever. Tears mingled with smiles, the narrative weaving past and present. Maria updated, Michael's flight rerouted, arrival imminent. Sarah and Emily en route, hours away. They're coming, Mr. Hawthorne. Your family's rallying. Strengthened, Elias shared untold stories, teaching Michael to fish, the boy's first catch a triumph. He threw it back, said, all life deserves freedom. Symbolic now of the son's independent path. Pain surged again, morphine adjusted. Samuel monitored closely, his role transcending duty. You're strong, Dad. We've got time. Lena returned with coffee, joining the circle. She shared her journey. Orphaned young, medicine her salvation. Patients like you heal us too. Elias touched her arm. Then we're all mending together. The twist evolved. A phone call from Michael mid-flight. Dad, I'm sorry for the distance, the missed calls. I love you. Elias, voice trembling, replied, no apologies, son. Just get here safe. We've stars to see. Emotion peaked, catharsis in forgiveness. Elias confessed buried pains, post-war PTSD, silent sufferings that pushed family away. I thought hiding it protected them. Samuel empathized, but sharing builds bridges. Wisdom exchanged, generations blending. As hours ticked, Elias's condition stabilized momentarily, allowing deeper dives. He spoke of grandchildren, Alex's photos, unseen potentials. Tell him about his grandpa the mechanic who fixed hearts too. Maria's kids called her. She stepped out, returning teary. My daughter says pray for you. You're inspiring us all. Dawn approached again, Elias fading but resolute. If I don't make it, tell them I died happy, surrounded by love. Samuel protested. You will make it. But reality loomed, kitchen-tick tension palpable. Finally, footsteps echoed. Michael burst in, disheveled, eyes red. Dad. He rushed to the bed, grasping hands. I'm here. Elias's face illuminated. My boy, you came. Tears flowed, years of separation dissolving in embrace. Michael poured out regrets, work obsessions, neglected bonds. I should have visited more. Elias hushed him. You're here now? That's everything. Samuel stepped back, the pretend son yielding to the real. Yet Elias beckoned. Both my sons now. Reunion bittersweet, stories shared anew. Michael's life, discoveries, family joys, echoes of Elias's influence. As morning broke, Sarah arrived. Then Emily, family complete, circling the bed. Apologies, laughter, tears mingled. Elias, peace profound, whispered, this is my heaven. Sunrise bathed the room in golden hues, a poignant backdrop to the reunited Hawthorne clan. Elias, propped up, gazed at his children with eyes brimming with unspoken years. Look at you all. Grown, beautiful. I've waited for this. Sarah, hair streaked with gray, knelt first. Dad, I'm so sorry. Life pulled me away, but my heart stayed. She shared her world, teaching inner-city kids, instilling hope like Elias once did. Emily, bandaged from recent travels, hugged gently. Your strength inspired my path, Dad. Helping others is your legacy. Tales of relief efforts, lives saved, mirrored Elias's quiet heroism. Michael, still holding his hand, added, and Alexei's just like you, tinkering with gadgets, stargazing. Photos shown, a grandson's smile bridging generations. Elias absorbed it all, weakness momentarily forgotten in joy. No more sorries. We're here now. He turned to Samuel, Maria, Lena. My extended family, thank you for the miracle. The doctor smiled. It was an honor, Dad. The word lingered, a bond unbreakable. Conversations flowed, filling gaps. Elias recounted Clara's final days, the love that endured. She'd be proud of you all. Children shared memories, family picnics, bedtime stories, the security of his presence. Twist lingered in aftershocks. A nurse mentioned a foundation for veterans, inspired by Elias's stories. We can honor you. Emily suggested. Ideas bloomed, a scholarship in his name, perhaps. Payne returned mid-morning, monitors warning. Family huddled closer, Samuel administering care. Fight a bit longer, Dad. Elias, serene, spoke of life's lessons. Cherish connections, forgive freely. Loneliness is a choice. Reach out. Words resonated, etching into hearts. Afternoon brought Alex via video call, innocent eyes wide. Grandpa, I love you. Elias beamed. And I you, little explorer. Reach for the stars. As evening neared, Elias's vitality waned, breath shallow. Family sang old hymns, Clara's favorites, voices harmonizing in farewell. He whispered to each. To Sarah, teach with heart. To Emily, heal the world. To Michael, map the unknown, but come home. To Samuel, you're the son I needed tonight. Live well. Darkness encroached, but peace enveloped. I'm ready, Elias said. Clara's calling. In final moments, hands linked, love's circle complete. His eyes closed, a soft smile lingering. The room fell silent, grief profound, yet laced with gratitude. Elias Hawthorne passed, not alone, but surrounded by reclaimed bonds. The beeps flattened into a mournful tone, confirming what hearts already knew. Elias was gone, his shell peaceful amid the storm of sorrow. Michael slumped, Sarah sobbed, Emily stared numb, the family united in loss. Samuel silenced the alarm, offering condolences. He went with love? That's a gift. Maria crossed herself. Lena bowed head, witnesses to humanity's triumph over isolation. Funeral arrangements followed, a blur of calls and plans. Elias's wish, simple service, ashes scattered under stars. Children coordinated, bonds reforged in shared grief. Reflections emerged, how one plea sparked chains of connection. Samuel pondered his own life, vowing more family time. Elias taught me that. Maria's nephew visited, linking observatory colleagues in tribute. Lena proposed a hospital program for lonely patients, Elias's legacy. Weeks later, the family gathered at the old house, sorting mementos. Photos, letters, the telescope artifacts of a life rich despite solitude. Michael addressed siblings. Dad's loneliness was our fault too. Let's not repeat it. Pacts made, regular visits, shared holidays. Alex arrived, wide-eyed at Grandpa's stories. He was a hero? Yes, Michael affirmed. In war, in love, in forgiveness. The scattering ceremony under night sky, ashes released as comets streaked. To the stars, Dad, they whispered. Years passed, legacy enduring. Sarah's school adopted veteran programs. Emily's nonprofit aided elders. Michael's research dedicated to Elias. Samuel, now a father, told his child bedtime tales of the grandfather he borrowed for a night. He showed me true healing is in the heart. Maria retired, volunteering at hospices, echoing kindness. Lena's program flourished, preventing lonely ends. In quiet moments, family felt Elias's presence in sunsets. Laughter, connections cherished. The story of a lonely grandfather became one of redemption, proving that in final hours, pretense can birth profound truth, and humanity's light outshines any darkness.